Hello teachers and students, and 6E. Please remain standing. Let's all join our hands in front of us like this and squeeze. Squeeze and relax. Okay, put your hands by your side. Let's do some exercise and get ourselves freshed up, you know. We might be tired. Just stand where you are. Okay, let's breathe in. Everyone breathe in and out. In and out. Last one, deep breath in. In and in. In. Hold. All right, and in. Now out. Thank you. Please be seated. Right, it is good to take in a little bit of breathing exercise that will clear off our mind. That's too noisy. That is too noisy. That is very noisy. It is good to take in a breathing exercise to clear off our mind. What was that? Clapping. And what did it make? Thank you. Can you remember your homework that I gave to you in the previous lesson? Our previous lesson, the question was, how do sounds help people? How do sounds help people? Let's have some answers. How do sounds help people? First answer, how do sounds help people? Did you do some research with your family or your friends? How do sounds help people? Let's have one. Jordan. Thank you, Jordan, for your hands.
Sounds helps people communicate. Sounds helps people communicate.
Okay, one. Helps people communicate. Another answer. Any other answers? Sounds help people communicate. Yes. Without sounds, we cannot communicate. Come on, give us answers. We'll have one answer from this group, Samuel's group. Anyone from your group, Samuel? Okay, good. Let's have Ty, and then we'll have Christine.
Sounds help people to tell.
To tell. I didn't get your last answer. Learn, which is one way of communicating. So when we communicate, it helps us to learn. The last one, Christine. Thank you, Christine.
Sound vibrates, enters your ear, and you are able to hear.
Very good explanation of how sounds travel, how we hear sounds. Okay? Sound enters our ear and we hear. So how does that sound help us? Any more answers? One that you are always here, but you do not seem to know. Samantha.
Sound help people to find. Sound help people to. Sorry, sound help people by electing them.
Did you hear what she said? Sounds help people to alert them or warn them. Do you ever hear sounds that warn you? Yes, you do. You hear sounds that warn you. In the night when you are fast asleep and the dog barks and you awake and you start thinking, somebody must be outside your house or around your house or in your yard. Or you hear the siren of a police vehicle and you know that there is trouble. Or you hear dogs barking fiercely and you know that the dog is attacking someone. So you run for cover. You run away from where the dogs are. All right, our lesson today, we're still on the same strand, working scientifically and on the same outcome, 6.1.1. And our lesson topic for today is volume, please. What is volume? Can someone tell me what volume is? What is volume? Laka.
Place value.
Volume is place value. What is volume? Right at the back, what is volume? We have OA. Thank you, OA.
Helps people to speak loud. Make people to speak loud.
Make people to speak loud. Yeah, volume. The volume of listening, raising up the volume to hear a much better sound. Carol, volume of music. Yes, thank you. Volume of music.
Volume is the high amount of sound.
Volume is the high amount of sound. The other two I forgot right, yes. Tai, yes. You come back to Tai again to give us the volume. What was the other two?
Volumes make sounds loud.
Who's the first two answer that gave us? Laka, what was the answer again? Could you repeat your answer? Space. Space in a container. And the other one. Oh, what was the answer again? Oa's answer was makes people speak loud. All right, these are some of the meaning of what you think volume is. When we say volume, what is volume? These are some of the answers. I hope you have given some of the answers to your teachers too. 6E has come up with 4 of these answers that define what volume is. That is what they think volume is. Okay, before we go into what volume is, let's have Samuel, come here. I would like you to help me. This is a cup. Let's put that here, sir. If you don't mind, we can use your table. I would like you to fill this table up. I'll hold it for you. Wait until I say so. I would like someone to fill this small cup here. Hold this, please, thank you. With all the water in this container. Okay, he's filling them up. He will keep filling until the water in the container is finished. Fill it up. Why did you stop?
There is the space in there.
Oh. Why did you stop?
Because there's no space in the container.
Oh. So if you pour more in it, what happens? It will pour. He's pouring. What do you mean it will pour? Okay, it will overflow. Which one? The container that someone is holding or the container that I am holding? This container. Samuel, let's pour. Samuel said there's no space, but I know there's space. Pour it in. Oh, then I'm wrong. There's no space. Thank you. Anyway, don't drink. We'll put it down. Oh, yes. Thank you, Samuel. Give 2 claps to Samuel. There is no space. So the air that we breathe in took up space in our lungs. Remember, what? Our question is, what is volume? At the end of the lesson, I will ask you what volume is. Okay, volume is also like mass or weight in your last lesson. I have a box here. Can someone tell me the volume? It's a box of a jug. Can someone tell me the volume of this box? Or how do we find the volume of this box? Unlike this cup, we can pour water in it. But how do we find the volume of this box? Is there any way to find the volume of this box? What can you use? Is there anything that you can use to find the volume of this box? Yes? What is it? Okay, I'll give you a clue. We can use this. So how do you find? We can use this. How do you find the volume of this box? Yes. What is your name? Lorraine. Lorraine?
I'm measuring it.
All right, by measuring it with a ruler. But there is also another way. There's also another way that can use to find the volume of this box, and that is we are going to, when we talk about the volume of this box, we are talking about how much is in there, and how much can fill it in there. So one way to find the volume of this box is using a ruler and measuring it. The other way is using these blocks here. But just one cube here. One of these. One cube, you will line one cube, every cube, and you will count how many cubes in there will tell us the volume of the solid. And the other way is like Lorraine said, using the ruler, is measuring it. Who can tell me, if we are measuring, what is the volume? Sorry, what is the unit used to measure the volume of a solid? Or a box? What? Not solid, a box, this box. What is the unit? What do you think the unit is? Onea. Onea will tell us, what is the unit to measure the volume of this box? What unit do you think are we going to use?
Milliliters.
Millimeter. Millimeters. I'll write it in. Yes? Any others? Caro? A centimeter. Let's look at this box here. When you measure the volume of a solid, you will measure three things. Volume of this box. To find the volume of this box, you measure three things. The length of the box. So the length is quite tricky, but you will learn that in your math. The length is the longest part of the box. So let's find the longest part of the box. They seem much the same. So we'll use this side of the box as the length. Caro, can you help me read how much is that? How many centimeters is the length? Okay. Caro says 16. Can you label this part here? So we know that this is length 16. So our length length is 16 what? 16 units, what units? Okay, 16 centimeters. And because this is the length, we will say that this side is the width. Okay, Caro, do the same, please. Read the units and tell the class.
14.
14?
14 centimeters.
Width is 14. One more thing that we need to find the volume is the height of the box. The height of the box from the base to the top. So, Caro, the last one. The height of the box. Let's put it down there if you can read. Round it off. Tell the class.
12 centimeters.
Very good. 12 centimeters. Okay. Right. We will calculate the volume of the box. Your measurements are given there. 16 centimeters for the length and 14 centimeters for the width and 12 centimeters for the height. You will use this formula in maths to calculate the volume of the box. You may do that now. I give you 3 minutes. 3 minutes to calculate the volume of the box. The length is 16 centimeters, the width is 14 centimeters, and the height is 12 centimeters. Okay, let's see who will be the first one to complete that before 3 minutes. Your answer?
40%.
Where's your working out? Where's the working out? You're telling me the answer, but where's your working out? Almost time. Who has completed that? You can do that as a group. Emmanuel. Right, Emmanuel has done it, so he will show us. Show that on the board for the class. All watching, Emmanuel. Emmanuel will calculate the volume of the box that Caro had measured. Calculate. Show your working out. You done? Satisfied? Thank you, Emmanuel. I would like you to give 3 big claps to Emmanuel. Okay, Emmanuel has done very well in calculating the volume of the box, volume of this box. We said that our length was 16 centimeters, which he calculated. So, volume of the box, his answer is 2,688 centimeter. But when we are calculating the volume of the box, we use the unit with a small tree at the top. Hey. What is that sign? What do you call that unit? This symbol represents a cube. Good. So it is cubic centimeter. So Emmanuel calculated correctly, and so we should read the answer as 2,688 cubic centimeter. Okay, very good. When we measure liquid here, we use some things. There are some measuring instruments that we use. Measuring liquid. Caro, hold this. Hold it up to the camera. Hold this. To the front here. Right, these are some of the things that some of the equipment we will be using when we are measuring liquid. Caro is holding on to a measuring jar to measure the liquid. The measuring jar, it is a grated measuring jar with scales and numbers at the side. So it tells you what? How much to fill. This is a conical flask in which we will use, hold it like this. A conical flask which we will use that is used by scientists or in the laboratory as well. This is also a plastic beaker that is used to measure liquid. Here also with me is a glass measuring cylinder. A glass measuring cylinder which is also used to measure liquid. Your last activity which you will do is fill this liquid up. Fill the liquid up to the amount that is required. So be careful when you are handling this glass jar. Okay, clear out your table. We shall move to the next activity. Thank you. The three, Imelda, Samantha, and Caro, please. Okay. Be careful that you do not drop that. Imelda? Manuel? Elizabeth. This time, Elizabeth. Tai? Put that in the center of your desk. The last group. Come. Come over. Right, you will see that you have 100 ml. Fill up to 30, to the mark 30. before you fill that up, you pour the liquid in carefully and slowly up to the Mach 30. Fill in the measuring cylinder. Do not move the measuring cylinder around. Make sure that your liquid is filled up to 30, the Mach 30. Let me have your attention first. If you have filled up to the 30, to the level where it marks 30, to the level where it marks 30, and you see your water level. If your water level is, if you look closely, the water will be curved like this. If you look closely, the water will be curved. The side surface of the water will be curved, and it seems to be like the water is climbing. But you do not read, do not take your reading from this mark here. Not this mark. You take your reading from the bottom, the curved bottom here. Take your reading from the curved bottom. Again, this way, if you're going to do that, do not look down this way. For example, if it is surface this way, do not look down this way, or even look up. Your eye must be straight in line with the water level, so you can make a good reading. Right? This group has done exactly on the 30 mark. I didn't say the unit. What is the unit of water when we measure it with the measuring cylinder? So those who have finished, those I checked, your question is there. What is the unit used to measure the volume of liquid? So do that. You're below the 30 mark, but good. All right. Thank you, you have done well. A few groups have reached the instruction, that is to fill it up to the 30 mark. So what is the unit that is used to measure the volume of liquid? Your question is what is the unit used to measure the volume of liquid? Vanessa?
Milliliter.
Very good, thank you. Milliliter. And what is the other? Milliliter, and we have Victoria.
Centimeter.
Centimeter, good try. Volume of liquid. Jordan.
Liter.
Liter. All right. The symbol of writing milliliter is, remember, check on your measuring cylinder. What is the symbol of milliliter? On your measuring cylinder, what is the symbol of milliliter? Junior? Right, your answer on the board. Junior is still thinking. Vanessa. Okay, that is the symbol for milliliter. What about the symbol for liter? Class, what is it? Small or big? Capital letter L, good, so that is the symbol. All right, put your measuring cylinders away carefully. After this, after the lesson, please, the member of each group to return the measuring cylinders back. We have our summary. Two points of the summary. Volume is space that is taken by matter. Matter means something. Can be solid, can be liquid or gas. Second summary point is units that are used to measure volume of solids are cubic centimeter and cubic meter. Units used to measure, our next summary point, used to measure volume are milliliter and liter. Our next lesson is how hot it is, teachers and students. So in the next lesson, I would like you teachers to prepare thermometer, a beaker, a tripod stand, wire gauge, wire gauge, and a spirit burner. With that, thank you, class.